Did you see the one?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Me, Tony, and we're part of Recruit Airsoft, and today we got a little bit of a different video for you guys today. We're doing an Airsoft FAQ, so let's get this started.
So our first question today is the most basic one. What is Airsoft? Well, Airsoft is a company that was created by, guess who, a company named Airsoft 30 years ago. You're probably wondering, well, where has it been? Well, Mr. Government over here said, these are dangerous. They look really realistic. Kids who are stupid enough are pointing them at police officers, and, police officers don't know the difference, so they pull out their guns, which are real, and shoot at them. So the government said, we can't do this. Finally, after multiple movements and bills passed, they said, okay, you know what? As long as people are smart about this, we'll keep this going. And now it's back today, bigger and stronger than ever. And Connor's going to answer our next question.
Alright, the second question we have is, what is hop-up? And hop-up on an airsoft gun is when you fire, it'll, for the most part, for the beginning, will go straight, but sometimes the BBs you can see will start to go up or down. And the hop-up is a little dial. It's in different places on every gun, but the hop-up is a little dial. You can put it up or put it down. If you want the BB to go up, you'll adjust the hop-up down. If you want the BB to go down more, you adjust the hop-up gun up. This can be very effective if it's a windy day out and your BBs are going off target, or if you somebody's laying down behind a tree. If you can get the BB to drop down, it's a very effective way of getting somebody out.
Alright, so now we're going to get into the airsoft guns themselves. There are three different types of airsoft guns. You've got your spring guns, you've got your automatic guns, and last but not least, you've got your gas guns. I'm going to start out by talking about the spring guns. Now, the spring guns are really cheap. I mean, you can go up to Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods.
$20.
Yeah, $20. You can even get some for $10. What a spring gun works at, you've got your gun, alright, and unlike an electric, you have to pull the slide back. You have to pull the slide back every time to shoot it. You don't just pull the trigger and it keeps going. You pull the trigger, pull the slide back, shoot again. Like I said, these guns barely fire not even 200 FPS. These don't work. FPS, by the way, stands for feet per second. That's the speed measured for airsoft BBs. Spring guns, good starter airsoft guns if you're just going around just shooting at trees. Not recommended for people who are just going out to play against other experienced players. You got anything about spring guns?
They suck. Says that. And the second type of gun is a gas-powered guns. Now, you can have two types of gas, either green gas or CO2. CO2, normally it's got a little 12-gram CO2 ounce canister. They're about this big or silver. You can pick up about 50 of them for about $20. And it's put in the pistol. Normally, gas guns, you can basically just pistols. And you put CO2 in, and CO2 guns, you can just, unlike spring guns, you don't have to pop it back, and just continuously fire. And the second type is a gas gun, green gas or red gas. The difference is that instead of putting like a CO2 cartridge in, you just, the green gas comes in like a little can, you put it in the bottom of the magazine. And the green gas is actually it's a little bit better than just using CO2 because the green gas has a natural lubricant inside of it. So if you have a gas blowback, or a GBB is the abbreviation of gas blowback, every time the slide goes back on the CO2, it will start to wear down a little bit, and the slide will eventually stop going. But with green gas, it has a natural lubricant inside of it, so it stays so it can go back and forth real easy.
Further with gas blowback, since we're on this topic, what a gas blowback does is probably the most realistic airsoft pistol that you're going to get without buying a real one. What gas blowback really is, you put the gas inside the bottom of the magazine, as Connor explained, but when you pull the trigger, the hammer's going to initiate the firing pin, it's going to eject the BB, but with the force, the slide's going to fling back, slide back like your normal pistol. What would normally eject the round will eject the excess gas. Now, with the lubricant's going to come back into the gun, pushing the slide back forward, and it's going to keep your gun moderately clean, but this doesn't mean you can't clean it. You should always clean and regulate your gas blowbacks. As you know, my 1911 is a gas blowback. It's very effective. The gas itself, not expensive, but not cheap. It's a good $25 a can. Yeah. But that's the other type. The final type is the electric airsoft gun. This is the most common airsoft gun. These can price from anywhere between $75 if you're really just starting off with a bad one to anywhere to $3,000 if you're going for the Echo One minigun. Because that's out there. I don't know anybody who's going to go for that. But with electrics, you have your battery, and depending on your gun, the battery's going to go to a certain place inside the stock. Batteries you charge, and they can go from 8.4s to pretty high 9.6, 1600 milliamps. And those will keep your gun going all day with with pretty much a 5-6 hour charge. Electrics, what it does is battery power inside the gun will power your air compressor that pushes your BBs out, which is where you get your automatic, semi-automatic. So every time you pull the trigger, the battery will shoot out the BB. Automatic, you just pull it down, the battery will continuously keep going. All right, next question.
All right, so another question is, what does FPS stand for? FPS stands for feet per second. Sorry, I forgot about it for a second. And this is how you measure the strength of a gun.
Keep going.
The strength of a gun. So a sprint pistol, you normally see around 280 FPS. That means in every second, the BB will travel about 280 feet. That's pretty bad. My FMAS, when I first got it, fired about 435, 440 FPS. That's a lot. That hits hard. So the higher the FPS, obviously, the harder it's going to hit, and the faster the BB will travel.
All right. Our next one was, what does blowback mean? We already answered this. What blowback pretty much stands for is that the slide of the gun will recoil similar to the real fire, and recoiling mean that the slide will come back and eject back forward. Our next one is, what does automatic mean? Automatic stands for when you pull the trigger and continuously hold it down, your BBs will keep going, so you don't have to release the trigger, then pull it again for your next BB to fly out. Automatic, you just pull the trigger, hold it there, and BBs will continuously fire until your battery shorts or until you take your finger off the trigger. Semi-auto.
Semi-auto, obviously, it's you pull the trigger back one time, BB will fall out or shoot out, and you keep holding it down, BB will keep pulling out. So yeah.
That's really one of our last questions, but we want to stress the safety of airsoft guns. These guns look real, operate real. The only thing that's different is that they don't operate like a real firearm. What people have done, sadly, in the past is they've thought it'd be funny to go out on the street and point at police officers. That's why recently California, thank God, just declined the SB 709 cop killer bill, which would have banned most airsoft guns in California, and all airsoft guns today would have to be painted a neon, bright color. And sadly, that would have ruined our sport.
Yeah.
So, from Reaper Crew Airsoft, we want to stress, just be smart about this, guys. We all love airsoft. We all love having fun, going out and play. Just don't be an idiot. Don't point this at a cop. Don't point this at anyone who you don't want to shoot whatsoever. Exactly. And, just have fun with this, guys. It's a fun sport. We're here to help you out. We're here to show you what we do with our Select Airsoft group. We encourage you to do this, too. So, I'm Tony from Reaper Crew Airsoft. Connor, and, we've got him. And thanks for watching.
See you next time.